Hey there, and happy Monday. I'm Michelle O'Neill, your purposeful living coach and boundary strategist, and you are on the meeting place. And today we have episode 2 of the series, What is Love, or Where is the Love, right? And so it's all about the blessing. And before I get into it, if you're new here and this is your first time watching our show, make sure you put hashtag newbie so I can give you a shout out. And if you've been here before or you one of my peeps, go ahead and put in hashtag legacy because you are a legacy. So I am so excited to be here today. And also let me know where you're from, where you're hailing from in the comments below. So I am so excited about today's topic. And I know I say that every time because I get excited about just about everything. But let's talk about the blessings in our lives, right? So I'm Michelle O'Neill again, and I'm a purposeful living coach and boundary strategist for high achieving, successful, heart centered women who are looking to create and execute their unique life blueprint so they can live the extraordinary, purposeful life that they desire. And that's why I'm here to give you tips and tricks and practical application that you can put in your life every day and move forward in that purposeful life. I have to calm down. When I get excited, it's hard for me to even talk because I'm trying to get everything out at once. But we're going to talk about blessing. And so the first thing I want to say about the blessings is that you have to be aware of what's going on around you. So many times we just living life, but we're not aware of our current state. So look at your current state now. Some of us are blessed and not even aware that we're being blessed because we live in that attitude of entitlement, that we feel that we are supposed to have the things. We work hard, we're supposed to have this, or we do this and we're supposed to have this. We work hard, we're supposed to have this home, we're supposed to have this car. you know we're a mother and father, we're supposed to have kids. And a lot of those things are just blessings that God has given us, that as a unique gift. And so I want you to understand right up front that blessings, they're nothing that you deserve. It's nothing that you can earn or work hard or do all the right things or be a good person. Then that's not a blessing. It's blessing are things that you don't deserve, and they're grace and favor. It's a gift. A blessing is a gift. It's a privilege. And so we have to understand that when we have blessings, that they aren't always necessarily good. You have to be able to find the blessing in everything. And so what a blessing does is it acknowledges the value and merit of your life and others. When you bless other people, you're saying you merit this blessing. Your worth, your value is that you should be blessed. And blessings, we can bless each other. We can put blessings or say blessings over others. So don't think that when you're doing that, you are actually acknowledging the value of that person. And I want you to understand that blessings are not dependent on good or bad circumstances, as we so often see. And so when we have blessings in our lives, we have to understand and realize that every trial, everything we go through, there is a blessing in there somewhere. Remember, the whole subject about today's live is finding the blessing in everything, absolutely everything. And you can. And so, even during our trials, there is something that you gain from it. And so the thing is to look for, what have I gained? How have I grown in this? How have I changed for the better? How has it changed me? And how has it changed my situation? What are things that I'm walking away from and learning from this situation? That's your blessing. Every time you walk through or walk away from something that you feel that I failed, that I haven't done right, there is a hidden blessing, a lesson in the midst of that situation, in the midst of that growth. When you walk away, you have the ability and the opportunity to be better today than you were yesterday. That's the blessing, the growth, and the opportunity. You know, blessing is more than gratitude. And a lot of times we think that blessing is the same as gratitude, but it's not. Because gratitude is an extension of thankfulness for the blessings that we have. Gratitude is knowing that the blessing, the ability to pay for my home. I am so thankful that I have that ability to do that. But the blessing is that not only that you work hard, but you still have the ability to pay for their home. Working hard, look around you. Doing the correct things doesn't guarantee that there's a blessing from it. How many times have you seen so many people who entrepreneurs have started the business and you see they're all doing the same thing, but some of them are killing it, knocking it out of the park, and others are frailing and can't seem to make anything work. And sometimes it's that person who can't seem to make anything work that is actually working harder than the other. So the blessing isn't dependent necessarily on how hard you work, but your work is part of the blessing. You have to contribute to the working of that blessing. But no, you can't work it out. And so your blessing is three things I'd like to bring to mind is it's favor, it's provision, and it's protection. And I have a perfect example. I know in the comments in the post today, I talk about how this weekend has really brought this to light for me, really made it where it just sits with me. And so I want to tell you what happened to me. I was on a family trip. It was just all women. It was a small group of us, and we went every year. We like to go together and just commune and have fun together and do a little shopping. And so as we're walking around and doing shopping, there was this beautiful butterfly that I saw on the wall, and I wanted to take a picture with it because I knew if I stood in front of it, that these beautiful wings, these stained glass wings would just shine behind me. And I understand the significance of a butterfly. So I wanted to take a picture in front of that butterfly. And when I did that, I took everything I had. I put my coat down. I put my purse down. I, gave my camera to my sister-in-law, sister in love, who's taking the picture for me. And she took a few pictures, and then I just grabbed everything and we walked away. And about 15 minutes down where we were walking, I went to get something out of my purse, and I realized I didn't have it. You talk about panic. I'm like, where's my phone? First of all, well, I know I had my phone because I looked at my pictures. Oh, my phone, it's in my coat. And so then I started just looking through everything we had. My mother was with us. She was in one of the scooters, riding the scooter, and there was a basket. And so we were pulling stuff out of the basket, and we were looking in the scooter, and my purse wasn't there. And then it hit me. I had put my purse down right there in front of the butterfly, in front of this wrought iron gate that anyone could see it. And so I took off running, and I ran towards, it was a good maybe quarter mile, and I ran. And I ran to where I had Steph first left, and I looked down, and my purse was still there. And there was a lady who was walking by, and she goes, because she knew how unusual and how much of a blessing that was. And I grabbed my purse. And of course, when you grab it, just because it's there doesn't mean it's okay. And so I looked at my cards, my credit cards and everything, and they were all there. They were in the same place they were. And I said, well, let me check to see if the little bit of money I had is still here. And I looked in that part where I kept my money, and every bit of it was still there. And all I could do was thank God. Thank you. Thank you. That was the gratitude for the blessing of getting there and seeing that what I had lost was there. It was that favor. It was that provision. And it was that protection. That one thing that I valued in that moment was protected. And the favor of finding it all intact, and the provision of the thought that where could it be, and going towards it. And I want you to notice that in that moment of looking at my blessing, that I took action. It is the action that we take. I remember hearing today that our blessings, our action is of walking towards our purpose, and the things in our life is kind of like that automatic door in the store. With the door, if we ask for the door to be open, we have to first take that step. It doesn't always look that that door is open. But remember, when you start walking towards that automatic door, when you take the step forward, it opens up. And so I took the step, even though I knew there was a possibility that purse could not be there. I ran and took that step towards that favor, that provision, and that protection. And then I want to look at what a blessing is not. A lot of times we think blessings give us happiness. But blessings aren't guarantees of happiness. But it does allow us to learn, like I said earlier, gratitude. It is the ability to feel joy. Don't you think I felt joy this weekend? It was joy. And it's the ability to rest in peace, knowing that everything is taken care of. That favor, that provision, and that protection. And then blessings aren't necessarily the material things, the good things that happen in our lives. Yes, a lot of them are blessings. But what about those who don't have the same things that you have? Does that mean that they're not blessed too? What about us saying that, oh, this baby is such a blessing. The birth is such a blessing. Does that mean that woman who is infertile, that woman who wants a baby so bad, that she's not blessed too? Absolutely not. Our blessings comes in different ways. Each one of us have our own blessings. And so it's important that we seek out, acknowledge, and find those blessings in everything we have. You know, some of the happiest people, those that feel the greatest joy, are those who we see as having nothing. Have you ever been around people that are poor in the way that we see the world, and see such joy and contentment on their faces? Being in the military, I've had the opportunity to travel so many places. And that has allowed me to get different perspectives on different parts of the world, not just our modern Western world. And I have had the opportunity to see joy in so many ways that for us, a lot of times it seems lack. I've been in the Philippines and Japan and Okinawa in so many ways. I've got to experience Operation um, Baby Lift as a teenager during the Vietnam War. Those who lack still have blessings too, because they're only lacking in the way of our understanding. You see, we're looking from the place of lack and not from the place of abundance. We don't see the silver lining sometime or the glass half full. All we see is what we don't have. And we don't rejoice in the things that we do have. You know, blessings aren't selfish. In a lot of ways, it's selfless. We are blessed more and more when we bless others. We have greater blessings when we bless others. I was just driven today with the understanding and that I needed to get this message out somehow. And so I want you to understand that blessings aren't dependent on the outcome. So many times we feel that if we don't get what we feel that we should have gotten, that we are not blessed. We are blessed in the lessons and the growth, remember? Not the outcome. And then I want to tell you that blessings is a word that's based on our actions and on our being. What are you doing with the wisdom and the gifts that God has given you? Your talents and your gifts, those are blessings. Blessings that you have that you can use in a way that nobody else can use. Because no one else have your experience. No one else has your knowledge. No one else grew up like you, have lived like you, and feel and experience and have the same emotions that you have. And so your talents and gifts are blessings that are based and enhanced by who you are. And as you use them for others, you are blessing them. You are called to be a blessing to others. Your blessing and how you use it is how you show up in the world. And there's a lot of times we think of the world as this big whole thing, and we can't change the world, but we can have that ripple effect. And by changing that one person, that one situation, that one life, we are leaving the legacy that we desire because we have changed something in the world for the better. And it will change another thing. And so I want to leave you. You know, I never leave without giving you something to think about and some action that you can take, some practical steps that you can take moving forward. And so the first thing I want to say is expand your perspective. I want you to look on your day with fresh eyes. I didn't say new. I said fresh eyes. I want you to look on your day and your life with a fresh heart. Check your heart. That is your lifeblood. It beats every day with your emotions, with your soul, with your thoughts. And so I had to check my heart this weekend. You know, I've had the wonderful blessing of having my mom with me for these last few weeks. And like anyone, after a while, you kind of get on each other's nerves because of your little habits. And so out shopping, My mom was being her, and I love her. But sometimes, like you said, you can irritate each other. And I started picking at her for the small things. And someone whispered in my ear, you may want to lighten up a little bit. Let her enjoy herself. And that cut to the heart, because that's my mom. We're all not blessed with a mom. She didn't have to have me, but she did. And she kept me. And she made sure I was taken care of. And so at that moment, I had a fresh heart. A new heart. Well, not new, but a fresh heart. And I started enjoying the day with her. I started changing my perspective and looking at it from hers. And that's what I mean about the blessing. A lot of times we're missing out on the blessing that is meant for us. Don't let fear hold you hostage from missing out on that boat as it goes by. Jump into the boat and don't miss your blessings. I was called today. It just was so imperative that I want you to understand the importance of blessing, of understanding the blessing in everything we have. I'm not going to apologize for my heart, for my emotions, and how I feel, because this isn't so important that my ladies get this. And I know they will. I know you will, because you are heart-centered. And so the last thing I want to leave with you is I want to help you through this. I want to help you this year. We have a new year coming to us with new opportunities, better opportunities. And so if you are ready to live your purposeful life, if you're ready to step into your calling and understand how you can work it out each and every day, I invite you to join me and apply for the Purposeful Life Accelerator, where you can get there faster. You can absolutely do this on your own. But I don't want you to miss out a single day. So join me on the Purposeful Life Accelerator. And you can find that on masteringyourmonday.life/purposeful life. Until next time on the meeting place, next week we're going to talk about gratitude. I want you to think about it a little different, and I promise not to cry. Until next time, I can't wait to see you and hear about your blessings in the comments below. Until next time, take care. Bye-bye.